The reincarnation of life is something humans have been trying to explore for thousands of years. Do we cease to exist after we take our last breath? Or do the souls just detach from the bodies for the next destination? Where exactly do they go? The answer to this question is something all of us are eager to know. Generally speaking, people in different ages or stages have different life perspectives. The older we grow, the more we desire to know about the meaning and the origin of life. The reincarnation of life has been mentioned in many religions worldwide. Speaking of which, the best way to start with is to talk about the tangible and the intangible. We know that it only took God 7 days to create the world. In fact, the essence of 7 represents the cycle of the 3 divisions. From the moment a human embryo is fertilized, an intangible life is officially formed. The tangible flesh at this moment gradually develops into a body through many 7 days as a cycle, and the complete pregnancy lasts for 38 cycles. A human body, the head represents the sun. The sole of feet is linked to the geocenter. The middle segment of the human body is like the 5 elements of nature. These 5 light fused elements have different names among different civilizations. Some call them metal, wood, water, fire, earth. Some said void, air, water, fire, earth. They sound slightly different, but they are the same thing. The formation of life represents the space expansion range of the soul, which conveys the same concept with the ancient Egyptian pyramids. Usually, we only pay attention to the upper part of a pyramid, without noticing there is actually a corresponding structure at the bottom. The 5 elements correspond to the 5 coordinates of space, plus 2 more of the sky and earth divisions. They make energy circulate in space and have a cycle of 7. Each occupies north, south, east, west, middle, bottom, and top. North corresponds to water. South represents fire. East stands for air. West symbolizes void. The center represents earth. The top stands for Zenith, and the bottom corresponds to Nadir. The middle axis is the center line of Zenith and Nadir that runs through the 3 divisions of sky, man, and earth. It nourishes life in the cycle of 7, also known as Merkaba. Merkaba represents not only the cyclic structure of the universe, but also the human body space. Therefore, the ancient Egyptians hoped that through the cycle of 7, one soul could achieve eternity after death. We can see that human beings are full of curiosity about the afterlife, but fear and anxiety also come along. What we can see is a tangible body, but not the invisible light body, so that many people do not believe in the existence of souls. When people leave this world, they will see a tunnel of light. After entering the tunnel, they enter another dimension of space. This place is quite different, I would say. Let me put it this way. It's just like entering an international airport or port. Behind the departure gate, you enter a special kind of territory. What is certain is that once you depart, you are no longer in the country. After a spirit enters the terminal, it starts to wait for a flight, ferry, or train for about 21 to 49 days. The days must be multiples of 7. The length of time varies from person to person. In many religious beliefs, that is when one's memories of the present life gradually fade. During this period, a few relatives may dream about the deceased. That looks refreshed and seems to be ready, looking forward to the next destination. After the wait, they will embark on a new journey by plane, ferry, train, or bus. Their destinations are all different. You may be curious how there can be modern transportation. In fact, all the operations in another dimensional space are advancing with time and progressing with the world's connection. That is why many religions in the world mention related situations and make description of taking a ferry, a ride, large crowds marching in the desert, tramping over high mountains, or crossing rivers. Basically, the operation of the entire universal space works really simply. It was difficult to be understood in ancient times, but it is much easier nowadays. It's just like the operation mode and concept of what we are accustomed to every day. Internet, 3D animation, virtual reality, online games, which are simply inspired by the spiritual universe, or the main concept of the sci-fi movie, The Matrix, is also about the same idea. There are many different dimensional spaces in the Matrix. The concept of these spaces is abstract, like multiple doors created out of nothing, or different floors and scenes that can be switched instantly. It can be right next to you or very far away at the same time. Opening any door leads you to a different dimension of space. There is no language barrier in such dimension. You won't be unable to communicate just because you don't understand a foreign language. We can make use of something we call telepathy. More precisely, it can be imagery. For example, do we really get to hear dialogues, touch objects, or eat things in our dreams? Definitely not. But we understand the plots and dialogues of dreams. There's no race difference here, because the physical body no longer exists. Only the spirit remains. The connection of appearance and configuration can be the same as before, or be set by oneself. Just in general, the perception of gender cannot be changed at once. That is why it takes time for the memories of this life to fade. For thousands of years in human history, What the world's major religions have mentioned are meant to show us that our universe has its laws and principles. What they want to convey is the basic scope of spiritual science. When most people hear of a theory related to religion, they might be easily confined to a single religion in the first place. Therefore, here I want to emphasize that spiritual science does not belong to any religion. There's no difference in nationality, race, or ideology. More specifically, it's just a science of the universe. I'm Dr. PH. This is science, not religion. Time is ticking. Please like the video and share it to your family members and friends and ask them to help spread ideas. You can help more people. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.